welcome back to Master Debatin', where we discuss some of the most controversial issues that can't help but keep us up at night. I'm Alexa Luciano. Today, we'll be debating the proper pronunciation of the well-beloved Hershey candy Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I have with me today two chocolate fanatics who swear that Reese's is their favorite chocolate, but who is pronouncing it correctly? Brandon has done extensive research. Excuse me. John has done extensive research to prove it's actually pronounced Reese's, while Brandon has been pronouncing the chocolate as Reese's since he reached for his very first peanut butter cup at age 3. So let's start debating. So, John, do you want to tell me why you pronounce it as Reese's and when did this whole thing start?
Well, I guess it started at birth or not birth, I guess, but like when I learned how to read and write and like speak. Like, it's Reese's. This shouldn't be like a debate. Like, it's Reese's.
You trying to say I can't read and write?
I mean, well, you can read and write, but you clearly are having some problems with like this word particularly.
Clearly.
Yeah. If you're saying Reese's.
Say it right. You said
Reese's.
Reese's, yes it is.
If you're saying Reese's, you're struggling with this one. It's Reese's.
This kid doesn't even know who I am.
So, John, what you're saying is when you first had the chocolate, you first picked up a Reese's or Reese's peanut butter cup, you could read and you knew, even though there is an E that can be pronounced as another way, but you just knew it was Reese's.
Oh, well, I've never had the candy before. I'm allergic to peanut butter, so I can't eat it. However, I will say that
he's a fraud. He's a fraud.
He's not. You just told me you never had it either.
That was behind scenes.
Yeah, and now I'm outing you. You've never had it either. Neither of us have ever eaten this candy before.
Well,
but what I will say is, it's clear that it's Reese's. It's a name. Like, it's the name of the man who made it.
Yeah, so John
Reese.
is right.
You're biased as well.
Well, according to the facts of Hershey, the company, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups is actually named after H.B. Reese, so who created it and then sold it to Hershey.
Do you know Reese?
Yeah, he's actually an old friend of mine.
I believe it. That's a friend of mine too.
That is
So I got
crazy.
permission actually from Reese.
Okay.
Since I was I do actually eat chocolate. Don't listen to what's your name again, John? Back when I was 3, he was a good friend of mine with my father, and I had the first bite of it, and I just said Reese's, and he was just like, I'm not gonna correct him because he knew I was destined to be great. So he kind of gave me the privilege to say Reese's, and that kind of started the trend in my town where I came from.
Okay.
So,
But let me ask you something, Brandon. So in the Hershey commercials for Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, they do pronounce it as Reese's
No, they
in
don't.
their. Oh, yes, they do. We could pull up the footage, but we won't today because we're short on
Okay.
time. But in the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup commercials and their other forms of candy, Reese's Pieces and Reese's Puffs, and even in the wrap, they say.
Reese's Pieces
No.
and Reese's Puffs, yes.
Can I ask you, where did you learn all this information? Did you do your research like John has done his extensive research?
I don't need research. It's all up here.
Are you sure it's not research?
So you're
That
saying
was a good one.
So you're telling me that it's Reese's Pieces. You're telling me that it's Reese's.
Doesn't that sound better? Just say it. Say it again one more time.
Reese's Pieces.
Yes, it
It's
sounds
the
amazing.
word pieces. It's the word pieces.
And you look.
Like
How do
pieces
things stick? Because things become different. Why does it look like everything in the world that was there is because of difference? Because again, I'm just breaking barriers over here. I'm like the generic thing that you want to live that correct English, old English talk. I'm out here breaking boundaries.
Old English. It's just English.
No,
So
no,
wait, okay.
no, that's that proper stuff.
All right,
Where
so-
I come from, it's Reese's. Right? Yes, Reese's. See, that got me on here thinking
you don't
crazy.
Even know what he doesn't even know which side he's arguing for.
Could I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Yes.
So some people have compared the word Reese's to sound similar to feces. So how do you feel about that? It does sound similar.
I mean,
Reese's, feces.
It rhymes, but
It does rhyme.
But it doesn't have any bearing on like the name. Like it does. Yeah, like it does rhyme, I guess, but it doesn't have any bearing. That means nothing. That's irrelevant to this debate, I think.
But
I don't like his
I don't think
attitude.
it's irrelevant to the debate.
His attitude is.
That's pretty harsh, John. Why do you feel that? Why do you think it's irrelevant to the debate?
Because it has nothing to do. If it was called Reese's Feces, then that'd be a problem. Sure, that might be an issue.
Look again,
but
you just don't
it's
like
not.
change. That's your problem, John. You don't.
What does
you're
that have to do with anything? I'm not talking about change. I'm
conform to
talking
a
about the
box.
pronunciation of the word.
Can I ask you one last question?
Yes.
Okay, so if someone, John, since you're such an advocate for Reese's, do you think if someone pronounces it as Reese's, they should change it change the way they say it, or should they just live their lives as Reese's people?
I mean, they can live their lives however they want. I'm not here to tell people how to live their lives, but I'm just saying that they're going to be judged for it probably for their whole life if
So
they
you're
do that.
judgmental.
I mean, I just don't think you're pronouncing it correctly.
You're judgmental?
It's just simple as that. I just don't think
Let me
you're
live my
pronouncing-
life, okay?
Brandon,
I am. That's what I just
me
said.
live my
So you,
life.
Brandon,
Yeah,
so
no,
you
no, no,
think
you can live-
people can pronounce it as Reese's and live as normal human beings?
100%. They're eating it. Look, if they're satisfied, if they're
Okay.
paying their hard-earned money, they can say whatever they want.
I totally understand. I feel you both. We're going to just deal with it. So let's wrap this baby up. Well, you guys, thank you for being with me today. This was a really great debate. Next week, we'll be debating on what's the better city, LA or New York, so we shall see. But other than that, I hope we all enjoy debating, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Yeah, you are dumb.